We're speaking with Allan Lokos, the author of Patience, the Art of Peaceful Living. Allan is the guiding teacher of the Community Meditation Center in New York City. Patience is a subject of enormous significance. Why did you choose to write about it at this time?
I actually had wanted to write about patience for a long time. Patience, it seems to me, is something that we all speak about, but we don't tend to do much about, even though many of us at various times seem to need more of it. After my last book was published, people would ask me what I was going to write about next, and when I would say that I'm thinking of writing about patience, they would all have the same response: "Oh, I need that book." But what actually pushed the start button for me was a conversation that I had one evening with a friend. She said, "Just about every mistake I have ever made and every unkind word I have ever spoken might have been avoided if I had been more patient." That really struck me, probably because I knew the same was true for me as well. Then, as fate would have it, my editor and my publisher had been speaking about how they wanted to publish a book also about patience. So the pieces just came together very quickly.
Patience is such a broad subject. How is the book structured?
I start where I think most of us struggle most with patience, and that is patience with self. We can be so self-critical, so harsh with ourselves. Changing those behavior patterns is challenging. So early on in the book, I ask the reader to consider their motivations for wanting to do the work to become more patient. Then we look at the nature of patience in relationships, intimate, social, professional, with our children, and so forth. Then we go to patience in the workplace. This is a huge area because so many of us spend a great deal of time involved in how we earn our livelihood, and that can really present issues that test our patience. Overall, the book presents a multi-tiered approach to developing patience. It starts with basic exercises that are easy to learn, that we can employ right away when we sense our anger or impatience arising. And then we go deeper, exercises that we need to work on more that can really help us become a truly patient person.
I understand you met some extraordinary people while doing research for patience.
Oh, I sure did. There are 4 profiles in patience in the book, my interviews with 4 extraordinary people. Michael Naranjo, the Native American artist who was blinded and lost the use of most of his right hand in the war in Vietnam. And then Michael went on and became a world-famous sculptor. Lisa, a woman whose life was turned upside down with the birth of a special needs child. Noel Carmichael, a wonderful woman who went to Tanzania with a plan to save the lives of thousands of starving children and then met with unimagined obstacles. And the Buddhist monk, the Venerable Matea, whose work in Nepal focuses on educating young women, and every day he deals with the most absurd inefficiencies and yet works through them. These people and so many others taught me a lot about patience.
Well, I, for one, can't wait to read the book, though I'll try to be patient. We've been speaking with Allan Lokos, the author of Patience, the Art of Peaceful Living, published by Tartar Penguin.